91.3 WVKR. Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. Thank you to Frank for the afternoon for Vinyl Triumph. I turned on the radio to come here, and I knew it was Frank just by the amazing playlist. So thank you to Frank. And also, I'm going to say a thank you ahead of time. Frank will be covering for Local Motion the next 2 Wednesdays. He'll be here from 4 to 6 p.m. next Wednesday and the following Wednesday. So thank you in advance, Frank. Always a pleasure to have Frank on air. If it's your first time tuning into Local Motion, this show is all about music of the Hudson Valley, musicians that live here, those coming to perform in our area venues, as well as those coming to record in our world-class area recording studios. Show number 255 for me today on these wonderful airwaves. Thanks, everybody, so much for tuning in. This is my final show for 2020, and then I'll be taking a few weeks off. I'll be back the first Wednesday in January. So today, though, let's start off. We've got a great show happening. I know everybody's getting prepared for the blizzard that's coming our way here in the Northeast, and lucky enough, we can still get the show in today. I am so thrilled to have on air with me today my guests, 2 of them, Larry Campbell and Teresa Williams, will be joining me momentarily. I'm going to start off by saying that there's a new film and a new soundtrack out chronicling their lives. And it's titled, It Was the Music. We're going to talk in great depth about that, but I want to start off by playing a track from the soundtrack from this amazing film. Let's take a listen right here, right now, and then hopefully we'll have Larry and Teresa on the phone afterwards. Let's take a listen to Willin', and this is off the soundtrack titled It Was the Music. 91.3 WVKR, Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie.
Don't you know I'm still willing? Out on the road late last night, I seen my pretty Alice in every headlight. Alice, Dallas, Alice, and I've been from Tucson to Cold Carry, to Hatchapee, to Tonopah, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made, driven the back roads so I wouldn't get wet. still on my feet, no, still willing. I smuggled some smokes and folks from Mexico, baked by the sun. Every time I go to Mexico, I'm still willing. And I've been from Tucson to Concarey, to Hatchapee and Tonopah, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made, driven the back roads so I wouldn't get way. And if you give me weed, white and wine, and you show me a sign, and I'll be willing to be moving. If I had my way, if I had my way, yeah. If I had my way, dear Lord, I would tear this old building down. Delilah was a woman, she was fine and fair. She had good looks and cold black hair. Delilah, she gained old Samson's mind. At first she saw the woman as a Philistine. Delilah, she climbed up on Samson's knee, said, tell me where your strength lies, if you please. She spoke
91.3 WVKR, Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. Well, the good news is I have Teresa Williams with me. Teresa?
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for being here today. Appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
Oh, man, I've been enjoying the heck out of the soundtrack for It Was the Music. Man, oh, man. So much fun. So much fun. Thank you.
I'm glad. You know, I listened to it while I was walking the other day, and out of the context, like, I think I just hit it on Spotify, and out of context of, like, well, this song should go on, this song shouldn't go on, the horns are too loud, or the horns aren't loud enough, and out of that head and into just kind of almost happening on it. Right. It was so much fun. I have to say, Cripple Creek was slamming.
Oh, man, all of it, though. All of it. It was just like the best of the best shows you guys have put on. Let me do a brief introduction. I'll just start off by saying Larry Campbell's not on the phone yet. He's busy working in his studio. We're hoping to get him on. But for now, let me do a brief introduction, if I may. Larry Campbell is one of America's most well-regarded multi-instrumentalists and producers, known for his longtime collaboration with Levon Helm on three-time Grammy-winning albums. He's performed with Bob Dylan, Paul Simon, Willie Nelson, Hot Tuna, Bob Weir, just to name a few. Teresa Williams, with her extraordinary voice, has worked with Levon Helm, Hot Tuna, Phil Lesh and Friends, Little Feat, Jackson Browne, Sean Colvin, and others. The two, after 3 decades as a couple, have just released a 10-part film episode chronicling their lives and love titled It Was the Music. The series is available on Amazon and Fans, along with the soundtrack. With that, an official welcome back to Local Motion, Teresa Williams.
Hi.
Hello. So I watched your live watch party Sunday night. And
yeah.
I saw Buddy Miller doing so, and Emmylou Harris was sitting with you, and I mean, tell us everything from start to finish with this film. It's obviously was some time in the making. So were you approached by the director on this film? How did it all start for you guys?
That's exactly what happened, and it's kind of a lot of serendipity. We did a show at the Ardmore in Pennsylvania,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy, we were at the signing table after the show, and at the end of the line, this guy kind of kept waiting around, and he had a nice, attractive lady with him, and they seemed harmless, and he approached us and said he was a filmmaker, and he would love to talk to us. And Larry gave him our manager's number or a card, and you just think, yeah, whatever.
Right, yeah.
But he was serious and wanted to do this film about what let's see if I can articulate this very well, about what a person feels, what he felt that night, and what an audience member feels, what makes that spark between the stage, and we all know about it. If you're an audience member only ever, or if you're a musician or both, you know what that spark is between you and out in the audience. And that's the whole reason. I remember the moment. It was like, almost like a lightning bolt for me. I remember the moment I felt that, and I was just like, this is my calling. This is it. I have to have this in my life. I was really little.
Right.
I think it was in the church Christmas play or something, Really, seriously. I remember where I was standing in the whole moment.
Really?
Well, whatever that, yes, I do. And I know that he was trying to tease out what that is, what makes music bring us all together. I mean, look at me and Larry. We're from opposite ends of the earth as far as the cultural divide. I mean, I had moments when we were dating where I thought it's just too extreme, the cultural divide for us. I can't do this. And the music totally, like if I was ever having doubts, like one time I was singing in Japan, and we were dating, and I was starting to think this is just too extreme culturally for us to try to make a long go of it. And I came home, and in my little apartment, he played this song he had written for me while I was there.
Oh.
He had sent roses to me for Valentine's Day in Japan. He says one of the lyrics is,
Oops, I just lost you. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, look at me, I'm sending roses to Japan, and I was smitten. It was over. That was it.
That was it.
So, Rita, hold on. I think he's trying. I'm going to bring him in.
Please,
okay?
please, absolutely.
Let's see if this works, Rita. You might
Yes.
want to play a song.
All right, we'll start something up. We'll bring you right back, audience members. Hold on.
She talks so fair. Samson said, Delilah, you cut off my hair. You can shave my head as clean as your hand, and my strength will become as any other man. Oh, if I had my way, yeah. If I had my way, if I had my way, dear Lord, I would tear this old building down. You read about Samson all from his birth. He was a strong
Teresa?
man that ever lived on earth. One day while Samson was walking along, he looked down on the ground and saw no jawbone. Stretched out his arms and chains broke like threads, and when he got to moving, 10,000 was dead. Whoa, if I had my way, oh, if I had my way, if I had my way, dear Lord, I would tear this old building down, yeah.
Rita,
Yes.
They say I need to hang up and
Dial again.
try.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Perfect.
I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
They
Okay.
got
I'll call
an
you back.
attack. Samson, he climbed up on the lion's back. Now you read about this lion killed a man with his paws, but Samson got his hands around the lion's jaws, and he ripped that beast. Lord knows he killed him dead, and the beast made honey in the lion's head. Woo! If I had my way, yeah. If I had my way, if I had my way, dear Lord, I would tear this old building down. If I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, dear Lord, I would tear this old building down.
Lord knows I'm trying. I got 3 days in a row. Feel like I'm dying. I got 3 days in a row. But there's a white wolf on my trail, and it sure don't wanna let me go.
91.3 WVKR. Let's get them back. Larry and Teresa.
Hi.
Hey, welcome. Oh, nice to hear you both together. Larry, Teresa was just telling us the story about the flowers to Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See what happens when you let her get on the phone without you?
Oh, man. Yeah, I was wrapped up back then. Just wrapped up in this thing, you know.
Oh,
So was I. So it didn't take much to keep me in the circle with that song.
Yeah.
It was a great song though.
right.
But Rita, you asked about Moskowitz. Mark Moskowitz was the director, and the man who approached us after that show at the Ardmore. And he just started talking to our manager, and our manager's like, "Do you want to do this?" He's, it kind of used us as a guinea pig to tell that, to try to tease out what I was talking to you about before Larry came on, of that spark that happens between the performer and the audience member. And that's really, he turned out to be the real deal. And another bit of coincidence, serendipity, whatever, I don't know what the right word is. I had read, this is total coincidence, I had read years before, in the New York Times Book Review, a blurb about this film called The Stone Reader, and it's about the same thing, but about books. And I thought I'd have to see this, and I cut the clipping out, and I don't know, we went on the road, whatever happened. I just ended up never seeing it, but I had the clipping still, and I found out later, much later, this was the same person
Right,
who
yeah.
did The Stone Reader.
Oh,
It's
wow.
Mark Moskowitz. So it's it was just a lot of, how things converge like that.
Yeah.
But this was one of those, this film was one of those situations.
Absolutely. And just kind of meant to be. So how long was this whole process?
What was it, 2 years, Teresa? Just about?
Yeah, about that.
2 years
Close to, all told.
From when he first approached us till the end of the filming, till they got into editing, it was probably about 2 years.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And the soundtrack, too, just amazing. I suggest everybody buy a copy and put it in a stocking stuffer because what a fun soundtrack this is. I've listened to it several times and I can't get sick of it at all, ever. So
That's great.
15 tracks here. And the soundtrack, this is all from all different shows, right? All different everywhere.
It is,
Yes.
Yeah.
And we got our friends on there. You know, Buddy Miller singing.
I was just carrying on about Cripple Creek.
Yes.
Creek, yeah, and Jerron Paxton, Blind Boy. Man, that guy is plugged into something. Man, he's just he's phenomenal. He's so genuine, you know.
Right.
And then Jerry Douglas. There's a tune we were on tour with Jerry, who's one of the coolest people you ever want to know. And, all these people are. I mean, we got some great friends, you know.
Well, that's because you're that way yourself, so you attract what you sow. So, that's the way that works, Larry. Yeah, yeah.
But there's a lot of great variety on this soundtrack, you know.
Yeah,
even you know, when you know how you're in the middle of this thing, you have no objectivity, you know, you just don't. And then, but since we've been away from it,
that's what I was saying.
Yeah, from the original cut, you know, when he was showing us stuff, it's about a year ago, I guess. I'm able to hear everything now, the music with a certain amount of objectivity, and I'm able to watch this thing again with, and I'm able to see the sincerity in Mark Moskowitz's vision here, and that's really cool.
And we could feel that at the beginning, Rita. We could feel that. People say, "How could you just turn your life over to this person?" Kind of, and you just felt like you were in good hands, and his motives were the same as our motives for about music. Period. So, yeah, it like I said, the whole thing was serendipitous.
Oh, it sounds like it. It really does. And your watch party the other night, how beautiful. Emmy Lou Harris was sitting there with you, and it was
She's always fabulous. She's always, somebody was going on about how they enjoyed her thing, and I said, well, she's, you know, Emmy Lou.
Right.
Yeah. Nobody doesn't like Emmy Lou.
Right.
Isn't that the way that jingle went?
Yeah. And I love the word that you used, Teresa. You talked about music utopia.
Yeah. I felt that way about, so mmany situations I can't even. At Levon's was really, we had years of a play box of that. I say the sandbox where, you know, you just get to play and you're expected to just, play like a little kid when you're playing music. And also just like Phil Lesh on stage with Phil. What is it? Phil says there are no mistakes, Larry. Just opportunities.
There are no mistakes, only opportunities.
There you go.
And, you know, and
like
there's
that.
a play with, they have Jack Cassidy lifting your skirt up with that bass back there. I mean, just opening things, and have Howard Johnson behind you as a singer. These people, that whole horn section of Levon's, but I mean, you know, one of the guys would do, I remember Howard doing something that you just didn't expect, of course, Howard Johnson, and all of those guys, it just makes you, I've said this before, all of it, Jack, Phil, the horns, Levon's drum, it makes you go places that you never knew. Your voice, if you just stay out of the way, it'll take you places vocally that you didn't know you could hear to go to, and if you just let it roll, and then also places that you didn't know the song wanted to be.
Right.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, well, there's nothing like live music, you know? I mean, that's what happens, you know? It's just so beautiful to see.
Thing.
I tell you, I was very touched during the watch party about the scene that you showed with playing with your parents on your front porch, which I assume is in Tennessee. And how beautiful. Back porch.
Back porch, yeah.
Oh, it was just so beautiful. I can just imagine you guys had done that many, many times over the years.
I'm glad it resonated.
distills what this whole thing is all about. You know, it's all about that pure harmonic expression of family, of love, of feelings, of your purpose on this earth. You know,
Right.
you know, it's,
Right. Right.
And Larry, your family sang too. You know, we don't bring that up a lot, but your grandfather sang the old Scottish tunes, didn't he?
Yeah,
and
my father and his two brothers.
Grandfather was culturally Scottish out through to the bone, and his father sang as well. And that was your first guitar, wasn't it? From your dad, the one your dad had?
Yeah.
Do you still have it, Larry?
I do. It needs a lot of repair, but I still have it.
Wow.
An old beat-up Sears Silvertone acoustic guitar.
And that's what Daddy had, too. It's hanging on the wall. I want to kind of do a little restoration on that one, too. He bought it from Selling Seeds, like A.P. Carter.
Oh, man, yeah,
Yeah,
no.
it's true, yeah.
Well, you could feel the love just exude between you guys when you were just there playing and laughing and just, it was pure love, the scene. And it was so heartfelt. And, you know, thank you for sharing such an intimate part. And that's what this whole series is about. You really are opening up your lives. And it's just, thank you for sharing something so personal and so beautiful. And really, it was heartwarming to see. I might be getting ahead of myself. Are you guys going to write a book out of this too, or leave it as a film, or because you know, hey,
that's you know, yeah. I've been toying with the idea of writing a book. If I can ever find the discipline to make myself do it, you know.
I have my title. I've actually written the title down, but exactly like Larry said, to have the discipline to actually make that, you know, the most important part of your day.
Yeah.
That's a huge commitment, and many have aspired and have yet to beat that aspiration.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I told Larry Larry should have written a book called "Running the Great Capitals of the World," because he has run really. You know, he's like, oh yeah, I'm in Tokyo running around the palace.
Right. Yeah, he's been everywhere. Oh, well, you know, Yorma's book is. You guys probably read it. I love that book.
Oh yeah. Oh my
wonderful.
goodness.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, just.
And Emmy's writing one too.
Yes.
And I told her, like, please get that thing done, because, you know, selfishly we all want to read it, all of them.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And you also premiered a new song on the watch party on Sunday, "The Way You Make Me Feel."
Yeah. It's a fun little tune, you know. And
I like it.
Finally, a tune I could admit was inspired by Teresa. You know?
That was so great. Yeah, on the watch party. It's like I actually did write this one for her. So, yeah. You guys have a new album coming out now, too, this soon, or?
We did a live record at Levon's, and that is going to get out there. You know, of course, we were all supposed to be on tour this year, and it was supposed to be part of that touring, the release of that record. Touring dissolved, and we rethought the release of that record. And then this thing with the film came out. You know, we weren't sure at the beginning of the year what that scheduling was going to be like, but now we have the soundtrack record for the film, and that's out there, and we don't want to be redundant with another live record at the same time. And so it'll probably be... you know, late spring or certainly before the summer when we release the live record at Levon's, which is a whole different thing, really, than the soundtrack album is.
Yeah, and what's the album going to be called? Do you have a title yet?
I think it's just Live at Levon's.
Perfect.
I think that's right.
Yeah. And it's going to be different, like one show or several shows mixed in together?
That was 2 nights. We performed 2 nights specifically for the purpose of recording
this.
And making a record out of it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Good stuff. And where can people see this film? I know where they can, but you tell us where people can see this.
Larry?
Well, right now it's on fans.live. It's streaming on fans.live. And it will go to Amazon. It may be on Amazon now.
I think it is.
I think it's already there, Larry.
Yeah.
The whole thing,
Yeah, but I know there's some people like myself, prefer not Amazon. So you can go to fans.live, and every Sunday, right, you have a new episode for 10 weeks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And the watch party is, I think more of it is on fans.live with Emmy Lou and John and Roseanne.
And there'll be another one, another segment of that watch party coming up in January.
Oh, man, fun. So you've seen, obviously, all 10 of these episodes. Looking back on it now, and just were you like, wow, that's really us, and this is our lives? Or how did it make you feel when it was all done and you just took it all in?
I'm going to tell you a quote from an author I really love called Lee Smith, and she writes about the conversations she heard growing up in Appalachia. It's fictions, but they're fabulous little books. And she has a character. I actually was in the play for this, Fair and Tender Ladies. Supposed to have been mountain music. Mm-hmm. And the character is called Ivy Rowe, and she becomes a fallen woman fairly early in life. And she says, it kind of frees you up some. And that's how I feel after this. Yeah, it's out there, warts and all. Oh, my goodness. I said, for 2 years of them falling around, I hope I didn't show my hind end too much. But to quote Ivy Rowe, it kind of frees you up some. Really, seriously, I feel that way.
Yeah, I bet it
does.
does.
When I first saw the original edits for this thing, like I said before, I had no objectivity whatsoever. Just couldn't find it, and it was just I was just watching Teresa and I do what Teresa and I do,
right?
And what was interesting to me were the interviews with Jackson and Yorm and Jack and John and Roseanne, and all that stuff was interesting to me. But the part of it that was really chronicling what Teresa and I do, I just couldn't see it objectively, Mm-hmm. And now it's really I'm able to step aside and look at it as if I'm watching somebody else.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned before, the sincerity in Moskowitz's vision here is really apparent to me, and that goes a long way to for me to allow myself to not be put out by the personal revelations in there.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Our manager is just texting me. And
yes, it's on Amazon. Mark texted me too. He said it's on Amazon now. So yeah. Oh man, it was
easy
the music
to find for you time people. Yeah.
And it's kind of nice that it's all not rolled out in once, and that you can cut just one at a time. Like you can't really binge watch it, I'm guessing, until it's all over, right? Until all 10 episodes.
I think you can. I think you can.
Oh, Mark will text us. He'll tell us.
Yeah, he'll tell us and let us know.
Pandemic binging.
Yeah, exactly. And so people can watch this, fans.live or Amazon. There's a website, itwasthemusic.com. Of course, your website will lead you into that as well. Larry, what a year for you personally. If you don't mind, which of course you've made public, tell us what happened to you in the spring.
Well, so early in the middle of March, I got this thing, and it was devastating. I mean, I've never been so sick in my life. It hit me like a freight train, and it was really 7 weeks before I got a negative test, and 6 of those weeks were miserable. I mean, from 2 weeks of high fever that. When that finally broke, I had to deal with another 3 weeks of pneumonia, and then another good week after that before I gained any sort of energy. And and Teresa couldn't be there. She had to stay in the city, and I was at the
The doctor, he had to sign papers that said he wouldn't let anybody in. I guess I could have broken through the rules,
Right.
but I was ready to pack up and go up to him. I happened to be in the city, and he was upstate, and I was going to pack the car that I had rented to come to Tennessee. I was just going to pack it to go back upstate to him, and the doctor called within 30 minutes and says, "You're not going anywhere."
Right, stay put.
So that was really weird, because I think in hindsight, I don't know, for me to go and get it, then neither one of us would have been able to help each other. I felt like I was doing more on the phone. Neighbors brought soup. People fed him because he was too sick. He was too, he could barely,
leave food at the door for me, and just all the well-wishing and concern was overwhelming.
John and Catherine Sebastian made soup. Our neighbor, the McGuires, made soup. Medeski made soup.
I know Justin Gwip said he was there, too, because I had him on the show.
They brought the dog so Larry could see the dog out in the yard. Just anything to try to help. And if I could get a laugh out of him while he like the heaviest thing he could stand to watch was Andy Griffith.
Oh my gosh.
So if I could get a laugh out of him while he was watching, I could watch together on the phone, just to hold each other's hand on the phone. And that was a good day if he laughed during it. I'm going to cry even talking about it. It was Rita, it was, it's what so many people are going through. It was very scary. And when I say in the watch party, we have truly walked through the valley of the shadow of death. When his fever broke after about 13 days,
wow.
the 13th morning, his cousin was begging him. She's an ICU. She's a nurse seeing a lot of COVID at Columbia Pres in the city, and she called to talk to him. She was begging him the night before to go to the hospital, that he was at the point where they crash. And she said, "I hate to say this, but your organs shut down and you die."
Oh my gosh!
He had called an ambulance, and
and Larry had a fit about and then Larry, because when you guys were on earlier, Larry found out the cost of that ambulance, and then the fever broke.
I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself. It's obviously traumatic, so I'm sorry I'm repeating myself. But
no.
We have to go to the hospital, and like so many, and it really, I'm just so grateful.
We were all on pins and needles, Teresa. I think I speak for everyone that loves you guys. When you put that first video up on social media and about Larry contracting COVID, and it was just frightening. And I remember whenever I'd be on, I would just look at your page. Is there an update? Is there an update? Is he okay? And I think that
fear was palpable, right?
Oh, it really was. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So Larry, I can't wait to see both of you guys. Give you guys a big, big hug. And I am beyond grateful that you made it through this. So is the entire musical community that adores you guys both. And you have a lot to be grateful for this year, for sure. And what a beautiful culmination now with this film coming out about. It's really a love story. And Mark did say that, yes, you can binge watch it also. So you don't have to watch one episode at a time. You can binge watch it. It's on fans.live and Amazon. Again, it's called It Was the Music. And this soundtrack is just wonderful. And really, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. And every song is so different, and it's just, man, you guys know how to do this, and you surely do it right. And boy, your fans are going to be so happy to watch this whole film series and everything. I couldn't be happier for you guys when I heard this was coming out. What a wonderful idea for Mark to do something like this, the director. Man, oh man.
Brought it home. He sure did. And Senna Wilkerson also was worked endlessly on editing and shooting. She was fabulous also. And his friend Colleen. Rita, thanks so much for having us and for just for being there and doing what you do.
Exactly.
We need it. Thank
Rita.
you.
You know, I
Time
took
it
a couple
all.
of, I took a couple of weeks off at the start of this pandemic because it was just so sad, such deep and profound sadness on this planet, and it still is. But then I also said, wash it off, Rita, and start playing this music because you know what? That's
Good
what we
girl.
need, right? We need the music,
Yes.
and nobody brings it quite like Larry and Teresa does. I just
Great.
can't say enough about you guys.
This is the best substitute. If you can't have live music, this is a really good place to go down into it. So,
Yeah. You guys doing any live streams or anything going on as far as that's concerned, or you're just a lot of?
there'd be like a little one-off here and there, like some like charity type things, and a few little things. I've got
There
my
may be some
hands.
more coming up in January. So.
Yeah, I've got my hands kind of full with my parents, I'll say.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for this opportunity to be with them.
Yeah, it is an important opportunity. My mother had Alzheimer's, so I can relate. And
okay.
I got you. I understand. And there's nothing more beautiful than the time that you spend. So it's
Well, Rita,
yeah.
I Teresa can stay. I mean, if we're not wrapping up, I hate to leave, but I have to get back in that studio.
You got to
there.
go. You got to go. Make that music, Larry. Thank you for your time. Thank you to both of you. I'm going to just spend the rest of this.
Every time, Rita.
Absolutely. It's always Christmas Day when I get to speak with you guys. So I'm going to keep playing your tracks. And thank you both so much for your time. Keep on doing what you do. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year,
Merry
you guys.
Merry Christmas,
Can't wait to
Happy
see
New
you out
Year.
there smiling again.
I
Rita.
know, and I can't wait to see the same thing from you guys. So much love to you both. Stay safe. All right, we'll talk next time.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Larry Campbell and Teresa Williams. And it really does feel like Christmas Day every day that you get to talk with them. Let's play some more music off their new film series called It Was the Music. That's the title of the soundtrack. And let's just play some music off of it. Let's get set up. All right, this is called It Ain't Gonna Be a Good Night. Let's take a listen to Larry and Teresa right here, right now on 91.3 WVKR, Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York.
When the sun goes down, better be where you wanna go. Pull the window shades, dim the lantern, and bolt the door. There's some kind
luck had just stuck me to the racetrack I'd go. I bet on one horse to win, and she bet on another to show. Offer in my favor, I had them 5-1. And like the wind came around the bend, sure enough she had won. Well, up on Cripple Creek, she said to me, if I sprang a leak, she defends me. I don't have to speak, she defends me. Her dream if I ever did see one. So I took up all of my winnings and I gave my little Bessie half. She tore it up and threw them in my face just for a laugh. Well, there's one thing in this whole wide world I sure love to see. That's when that little love of mine puts a donut in my teeth. We're up on Cripple Creek, she says me if I spring a leak. She wins me, I don't have to speak. She defends me, another dream if I ever did see one. You're the love, you're the love, the love. You're the love, you're the love, the love. Well, there's a flood out in California, up north it's freezing cold. And there's a living on the road, it's a getting mighty old. I guess I'll call up my big mama, tell her I'll be rolling in. But you know deep down, I'm kinda tempted to go and see my Bessie again. Up on Cripple Creek, she said me if I sprang a leak. She wins me, I don't have to speak. She defends me, a pumpkin's dream if I ever did see one.
He's lost all his corn, and now where's the money to pay off his loan? He's lost all his corn, can't pay off his loan. He's lost all his corn. Now the poor old dirt farmer, he only grows stone.
91.3 WVKR, Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie, New York. It is 4:57 p.m. and we just spent the hour with Larry and Teresa. We talked with them. We're listening to the music. I hope you're all enjoying this as much as I am. It was the music. It's the new 10-part series episodes film. It's a 10-part series film that's out now on fans.live as well as Amazon. Check it out. It was the music. You can purchase the soundtrack separately, or it's available on all streaming platforms, or if you're still old school like me and prefer physical CD, which is what I'm looking at right now, you can purchase the CD. And what a great stocking stuffer that would make. We just heard The Poor Old Dirt Farmer. This was recorded back on December 2nd of 2017 at Colony Cafe in Woodstock. We also heard Up on Cripple Creek. That's with Buddy Miller on vocal and guitar with the Midnight Ramble Band, and that was recorded at Lincoln Center Out of Doors, August 6th of 2016. And we also heard It Ain't Gonna Be a Good Night, and that was recorded at the Clearwater Festival, Croton-on-Hudson, June 7th, 2017. What a great soundtrack. 15 tracks on here, and every single one of them is just top-notch, like the best of the best performances by these two amazing musicians, Larry Campbell, Teresa Williams. If you missed part of this hour with the interview or the music, if this is all being recorded, I will upload it this evening on YouTube, and it'll also be available as a podcast. Just check for Local Motion. And the next hour, because, we're here from 4 to 6 p.m., I think next week is Christmas, so I'm going to play some Christmas music. I know it's Hanukkah, so I want to wish everyone celebrating a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. This will be my last show for the next 2 weeks. I'm taking a little time off, and I'll be back the first Wednesday of January. Don't worry, we've got you covered here. Frank will be sitting in for me on the next 2 Wednesdays, and he always plays good music. I promise you are in good hands and will not be disappointing. I'm hoping to tune in myself since I'll have a little time off. So we're going to start some holiday music right after we play this track. Our buddy, Ian Flanagan, Hudson Valley resident, lifelong Hudson Valley Saugerties resident, has been on the show, I think, 3 or 4 times over the past 3 years. And he just finished being on NBC's The Voice. He was in the finale last night. There were 5 finalists, and he came in 3rd. And my heart can't be more full of admiration for him and such pride. I'm amazed at how far he has come, and how places that he's going is just going to be undeniable. I'm hoping to have him back on the show soon, because The Voice is over. Last night was the final show, and Ian will be hopefully back on the show soon to just talk about this experience. It was life-changing for him. He was on Team Blake, and, the recording industry, the country now knows who he is. You can follow his Facebook page, his social media, as well as his website, ianflanaganmusic.com, and check him out. I mean, he's absolutely terrific. And right after we play this new track from him, this is his new single, which you can find on all streaming platforms, we'll get into the holiday music. But right now, I have to just pay tribute to our buddy Ian Flanagan. Let's take a listen to him right here, right now. 91.3 WVKR, Independent Radio, Poughkeepsie.
You still say goodbye like it's the last time. You make friends like you've known them your whole life. You see, laugh lines not young or old, don't know the difference rich or broke, and I hope you never learn. Life ain't always blue skies, windows down. The ones you love, sometimes you hurt. And I could teach you how this cruel world turns, but I I'll never love. You don't know, not all people love all people. And all you see is good, you don't see evil. And there's some dreams you should let grow, and there's dreams you should let go. And I hope you never learn. Life ain't always blue skies, windows down. The ones you love, sometimes you hurt. And I could teach you how this cruel world turns, but I hope you never learn. Never learn. I'll never learn. How to break somebody's heart, how to give up when it gets too hard. Haven't learned the hard way yet, and I hope you never start. Life ain't always blue skies, windows down. The ones you love, sometimes you hurt. And I could teach you how this cruel world turns, but I hope you never learn. Never learn. I'll never learn. Never learn. I'll never learn.
91.3 WVKR Independent Radio Poughkeepsie. Ian Flanagan, congratulations. What an incredible few weeks, months this has been, watching you on The Voice and just watching you grow and watching fans from all over the world coming to get to know your music. Couldn't be happier for you, for Ayla, for your daughter Kamea, and congratulations. Job well done, Ian Flanagan. All right, now we're officially going to start the holiday music here on Local Motion. This is my final show of the year, so we're going to make this next 55 minutes all about the holidays. All right, let's start it off with music by Lost Leaders, and take a listen right here, right now on 91.3 WVKR Independent Radio Poughkeepsie.
She picked out the dress, a sweet 16, from pages folded down.
Will I see you for Christmas this year? Can we go see a movie and walk the pier? Months have flown like rockets in slow-mo, but I fear it's still too soon for mistletoe. And I know you don't know what to say, but I'd love to see you on Christmas Day. Hardly remember the smell of your hair, but I can still see your breath hang on the air. And I will walk all day if you walk all night, out in the cold but out of sight. And you know it takes much more than just a prayer. And we won't let time slip away. And I want to see you on Christmas Day.
joy and loving celebration as we hold the memory of the Prince of Peace, warm and close beside our loved ones, sharing, giving. Let us give a little love to an aching world. As the earth inside me notes the sun's returning, the quiet of the land brings peace to heart. In the silence, or the drums of war are stirring, can't we give some peace of heart to an aching world? All too familiar cries across the globe, guns and bombs for peace. Mothers watch their children go, falling tears on fallen snow. All too familiar cries across the globe, guns and bombs for peace. Mothers watch their children go, falling tears on fallen snow. While people turn to rage and hateful feeling, the bells in town are pealing. Peace on earth. If we'd gather face to face, we'd find some healing and give a little hope to an aching world. If we'd gather face to face, we'd find some healing and give a little hope to this aching world.
.3 WVKR Independent Radio Poughkeepsie. Leslie Ritter, Scott Petito, their release called This Christmas Morning, Give a Little Hope. This came out in 2005. Scott Petito, of course, owner and operator of NRS Recording Studios up in Catskill. He's put out some legendary albums, that is for sure. You can check out NRS Recording Studios and leslieandscott.com as well. She's got a beautiful voice, Miss Leslie Ritter. We also heard a Christmas song from Lost Leaders, Will I See You for Christmas? Lost Leaders is comprised of Peter Cole and Byron Isaacs. They were also joined on there by Will Bryant and Lee Falco, and I believe, Lee and Will are on there as well. Love that single. The more I hear it, I'm just starting to sing along to it, so I think I'm listening to it quite a bit. Will I See You for Christmas by Lost Leaders. Byron, of course, has been part of the Midnight Ramble Band and Lee Von Helm for many years, as well as Ola Bell, The Handsome Strangers, and, of course, now he's the bassist for the Lumineers. So good stuff happening there. It's 5:13. I am your host, Rita Ryan, here on Local Motion. We are live each and every Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m., and this show focuses on music in the Hudson Valley. And I just got this new release sent my way by Ms. Annie Kruger, and I'm so honored to say that this is the radio premiere of this track. It is officially being released this Friday, the 18th, on all streaming platforms. But if you're tuned in right now, you get to hear it here on Local Motion first. Let's take a listen to this. We'll talk more about it after we take a listen to brand new release, Wish I Could Go Home This Christmas. Annie Kruger and Friends, 91.3.
You told me not to run in the kitchen, to bundle up and go outside, not to come home until I heard a bell ring, or when I heard cross beside. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, just like the ones I used to know, when Aunt set the table in Iowa long ago. Peas and macaroni, oh, and jello, don't you know that they qualify as salad? Where I come from, I swear it's so. Oh, I wish I was there, every mile hard to bear, so I overcooked the greens and put marshmallows and everything. I wish I could go on this Christmas. I used to stumble down the stairs, sage in the air, in my slippers and rope to find stock on the stove. Grandma Ida and Grandpa Pete kissing underneath the mistletoe. We drive from Waterloo to Saratoga, singing all the way, at the top of our lungs about Santa, his reindeer and his sleigh. Now I'm alone with my mashed potatoes, just me, myself, and I. Wish I could skate away on a river of gravy to my grandma's house tonight. Oh, I wish I was there, every mile hard to bear, so I cry, cry, cry in a whole pumpkin pie. I wish I could go home this Christmas. I wish I could go home this Christmas.
plays the guitar quite like Tony DiPaolo. And there we were listening to